Welcome to the third and final update here at Buriram in Thailand. The Chang International Circuit, as we can see, the grandstands are full of the Thai fans waiting to get a glimpse of the MotoGP bikes. They've been out on track for a good amount of time today, and this man was top for a lot of the session. It's Marc Marquez, of course, the number 93, turns 25 years of age today and has been testing the new aerodynamic fairing from Honda. We haven't seen this design so far this season. Looks to be working very well indeed for the team. More on that, though, in just a few moments. Here's Marquez coming back into the pit lane, where, of course, he will talk to his team. They'll assess the data gathered from that particular run. Here's the fastest man of the moment, though, Dani Pedrosa. He's had an absolutely storming session. A slight crash at turn 12 for the young samurai yesterday. However, he's proven to be very quick today, and as we said, is on top of the timesheets. Meanwhile, Cal Crutchlow also testing some factory HCR parts here at this test, running a full livery as opposed to the black carbon bike that we saw on day one. And Crutchlow not looking too bad at all out on track at the moment. The LCR Honda rider, fastest of course yesterday. He's of course joined on the Hondas this year by Franco Morbidelli, the Italian Moto2 World Champion of 2017, making his debut in the Premier class for 2018. Having a good run so far is Morbidelli, and alongside him of course in the garage is this man here, runner-up to the Moto2 World Champion last year, Tom Luthi. He is currently sitting just inside, or just outside of the top 20, the Swiss rider on that Mark VDS Honda. Of course, he missed the first test in Valencia, so getting crucial time on the bike. Over to Yamaha and Valentino Rossi. He finished day one in 8th position, of course. Yamaha once again stating that they're struggling with electronics and the engine, and they're going to be focusing on that instead of changing the chassis, as they had the problems, of course, with last year. The same 2017 issues rearing their head, and they're going to be focusing, as we said, on the electronics and engine to try and remedy those issues. Although Rossi has set a faster lap time than yesterday, sitting in 8th position currently is the Doctor. On the other side of the garage, well, it's banging ahead against a brick wall for Maverick Vinales at the moment. Can't seem to get his head around the issues that are plaguing the Yamaha so far. He'll be hoping for some continued improvements throughout the course of the next couple of days. Over on to Monster Yamaha Tech 3, Johan Zarco, conditions being very difficult for him, said it's like being in a sauna at 300 kilometers an hour. He's been testing the new aerodynamic fairing from Yamaha at this session. He, of course, is running the 2016 M1 frame and has been testing that aerodynamic fairing, as we said. Keep an eye on Zarco in the latter half of this session. New teammate, of course, alongside him in the garage, Hafiz Syrin, not doing himself a disservice at all out on track for the Malaysian rider. Relatively comparable lap times to those in the MotoGP grid, and getting some crucial data, getting used to that bike after a few years on the Moto2 machinery. Ducati, 3 new fairings here for the Bologna team. Here is Andrea Dovizioso, the World Championship runner-up last year, going out on track. You can see this is one of the new designs that the team were using as he comes back into pit road. Lots of crucial data for the team to gather. Jorge Lorenzo, of course, he'll be wanting to make a step forward. His first winless season since 2005, believe it or not, in 2017. And again, testing that new aerodynamic fairing. This is one of the designs, the second of the designs that we have seen, the longer style fairing with that open winglet on the side. Meanwhile, Alex Rins for Suzuki. Well, an interesting day for him. He's been quick. However, he did suffer a very nasty crash. This one in particular on track, going down the road and trashing that new fairing. So we don't know whether Suzuki have got another one in spares. However, it was end of play for him. Meanwhile, over to Andrea Iannone. Iannone struggling so far with the balance of that GSX RR. The team wondering which direction they should be going in for the 2018 season after a fraught 2017 campaign. Iannone hoping to make that step forward, as we said. Aprilia, 2 RSGPs, the 18 spec chassis, but the 17 spec engines for both riders. Unfortunately, Aprilia, they did test the 2018 spec engine in Malaysia, but it's not quite ready for any more running at the moment. They're hoping to have that out in the Qatar test. We'll keep an eye on that and see how the team fare. Here is Aleix Espargaro, of course, an emphatic 6th place debut for him and the team in Qatar last year. We'll be hoping to have some similar results. KTM, of course, no Pol Espargaro, just Mika Kallio and Bradley Smith here competing for the team and gathering them some crucial data. Anyway, that's it from Buriram so far. Keep up to date though with all the latest on MotoGP.com, and don't forget about After the Flag coming up at 11 AM Central European Time.